Um, Good question because I guess with what the pitch we played on today, um, I'd be very surprised if we got that sort of pitch out here. Had a bit of grass on it, and I know the lads were certainly, the seamers were certainly swinging it and nipping it. And the lads were bowling quite quick as well, which was good to see. But yeah, I think it was more getting on grass, again, competing against each other. I think that was the main objective today. And again, sort of adapting to the pitch and obviously the Kookaburra ball again and the heat, things like that. It was a really good workout, I thought today.
Any concerns over the batting on your team?
No, it was just very good bowling. Not at all. I don't think you should stress. Certainly, you guys shouldn't stress because we're not at all. Jimmy and Robbo bowled exceptionally well with the new ball, and like I said, the pitch, it was a pretty good pitch where it had good carry and it was nipping as well. There's quite a lot of grass on it. Like I said before, it's quite clever from the Sri Lankans or whatever they're doing in terms of the pitch, but I know for myself, bowling on that, I won't be sort of thinking too much into the wicket.
And before play today, you got a clean bill of health in terms of no more positive COVID tests. Is that a relief each day when you find that out? Is that a big relief?
Well, yeah, it's good. I think the guys have been really good and really diligent with sort of how we want to go about things in terms of keeping our space. And again, it was a surprise for me, obviously, to hear that Mo had tested positive, and it just reinforced actually how quickly things could potentially change. And I think we were really spot on with it. Obviously, the guys in the background, docs and all that, are doing an exceptional job. And for us, it's just to reinforce it. And again, it's a long tour. So we've got to get in the habit of actually, I guess, putting everything into our favours so we can play.
Thank you. I'll let Rory go.
Yeah, Dom, looking at the test matches that you've played so far for England, the venues haven't quite been the ones to put you in centre stage. Are you quite looking forward to the challenges of having a bit of pressure on your shoulders and getting through a lot of overs in a test match and a bit of pressure, I suppose, to take some wickets?
Can't wait. Genuinely can't wait. I think it's a great opportunity. But I think it always comes down to the team. So what I'm really looking forward to is obviously in Sri Lanka and subcontinent, obviously the spin plays probably more of a role. But again, it's having a couple of you around as well. So obviously I'll have Leachy around. And obviously we've got Parky, Verds, Mace out here. So I think as a spin group, and obviously Mo, of course, I'm not forgetting him. It's just strange that he obviously hasn't been around for a while, or it seems like. But I think, yeah, it's a really exciting prospect. Do you know what? You can have these, I guess, pressures on you, but I just see it as a great opportunity. I think it's going to be a great challenge for the spin group in general. And yeah, I honestly can't wait for it really. I think obviously going back to sort of spinning pitches, obviously Taunton spun a little bit, I guess, a while ago when I was with Leachy, and that was sort of, I remember having such fond memories with that and actually building a relationship with the spinners and the seamers as well. And as a spin, as a collective, it's all about taking 20 wickets. And talk about pressures, again, of course there's going to be pressure. You play international cricket, there's going to be pressure, but I think you got to flip it, and it's the opportunity that you can take. And like you said, actually, myself personally, I probably haven't been on many spinning wickets or wickets that have probably suited me. And do you know, I've really enjoyed that challenge. But now coming back, and like you said, eyes are probably going to be on the spinners. I honestly can't wait.
Do you think, Dom, that we'll see a different I guess, attitude or mentality from you? I suppose when you were coming into the team at Taunton at times, it was as a second spinner with the emphasis on really attacking as a spinner. And, looking back to a game like Cape Town, you played a very different job. It was a holding role. Do you anticipate really going after the batsman and bowling in a slightly different, more aggressive way?
Good question again. I think so. Within my mindset, I'm trying to bowl my best ball, and I think my best ball is good enough and will challenge batters. And actually, then it's having the nous about going about it with the fields and actually putting the pressure on, putting the Sri Lankans under pressure. Obviously, these guys have grown up playing against spin, and that's why I see it a great challenge, because I think there could be some egos floating around, hopefully, that I can try and get stuck into. And I think as a spin collective, I think, again, it's not about me, it's not about the individuals, it's about the team. So if that means it's Leachy taking wickets and I'm holding up an end, and it's talking about partnerships. I think that's all we can talk about. I think we're really trying to get into a mindset where actually it's not about me, the individual, taking wickets, which would be nice, of course, but it's about the collective. It's about me and Leachy, or if it's Parky, Mace, Verds, Mo, whoever's going to be out there as a group. It's how do we get the 10 wickets? How do we get the 20 wickets? And again, we work together. And you go back to Taunton and you go back to myself and Leachy. The great thing about it was if Leachy had taken 6 wickets, it was usually myself, or if it was the other way, one would take them, but the other guy wouldn't be going for many runs, and we'd be holding up another end. So there was no give off, which eventually, obviously, batters had to go at. So again, I think it's getting into that mindset as well. And yeah, I'm looking really forward to it. I honestly can't wait.
That's one.
Okay, Scott, and then Lizzie, please.
Hey Dom, you mentioned you're excited for this series ahead, and then you've got a tour to India that follows it. Is it good that you've already made your Test debut? You've had some time in and around the Test team that sort of relaxed you a little bit, but rather than heading to a winter playing in the subcontinent as a debutant where you're expected to take wickets, is it good to have that Test experience under your belt, albeit in not spinner friendly conditions?
Yeah, of course. I think this group's, I've said this so many times about this group at the moment, and it's so open, so easy to come into. And I think obviously with the situation at the moment, having a lot of reserves and a bigger squad, I think it's only a benefit for people to feel comfortable, sort of, especially younger lads around the likes of obviously Ruti, the big names. Like you look at Jimmy, like I grew up watching Jimmy, watching Broady as a 10, 11-year-old. And now, like, it's, for me, it's certainly, I guess, I don't have, do you know what I mean? I'm obviously, I idolize them, completely respect them, but it's on a different term now. And I think once you feel comfortable within your team, you go about your own business. Funny thing is, I saw this a while ago. I think when we were in Cape Town this time last year, I saw this stat about myself, Sibbers, I think it was Sammy Curran, Popey, all our ages. When I think Broady and Jimmy, I think were in the team. It was something I can't remember, and it was quite funny how obviously young we were. But again, that shows, I think, how close our group is, because everyone's open to everyone. Like, you can go and chat to anyone, and having that environment's only going to help us as a squad go to places like India, and then you look further ahead, places like Australia, tough places to go and win. That's only gonna spur you on, I guess, because when they are 400 for 1 or for 2, and you're out in the field, like, obviously with getting to know each other more and being a closer group, you're going to work harder for each other. I think that's a non-negotiable, and that's something that I genuinely see within this side.
Mm-hmm. And you've got the 2 tests against Sri Lanka here, the 4 tests against India coming up, then the home test against India. Is this a real chance for you at such a young age to really cement your place in this Test side?
Yes, but I think there's, again, you talk about 2 tests here, India, and then India at home. I have obviously seen it, and I'd be lying if I haven't, but I think it's really, really key, especially for me, to just stay in the present. So, like, honestly, take tomorrow what it is. Again, keep developing, keep working, obviously with Jeets and the other spinners, and again gaining more knowledge and that more now. So I guess around everything, because, like you said, I obviously am young, and hopefully, if I get things right, I think other things will fall in place. And there's no point of going too far with it, because it can, certainly international cricket, things like that can sort of, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, and you're going to get knocks. And it's actually about not worrying about anything in the future, because only, I guess, like the present can, you can only take care of the present. So I think that's really important for myself. But again, obviously my goal is to try and cement my place. But that, I think, I want to emphasize, the main thing is actually winning as a collective, as a group. Because I think obviously team comes first. There's non-negotiables about that, and obviously you do your job within that. I think that's when you're obviously when you individually go well. But again, it's about doing your job, and staying in the present.
And just finally for me, and I know a lot of talk is about your role as a spinner in the subcontinent this winter, but I've heard you speak in the past about how much you enjoy batting. So how much are you looking forward to tapping into Jacques Kallis's knowledge as a batting consultant for this tour?
Yeah, that's going to be good. Again, like I said, he's a bit of a goat as well, isn't he? And I got a text message from my cousins when they found out. They're a little bit older than me, and obviously they were messaging me about it and things like that. And obviously them watching him a lot probably reinforced how much of a goat he was as an all-rounder. And I joked to them saying I could come back as obviously a seamer, catching everything at second slip and trying to bat in the top 4. But again, I think I just stick with my off spin and hopefully try and get a couple of tips off him with my batting.
Cheers. Very well.
Cheers, Scott. We'll go with Will and then Chris.
Oh, sorry.
You go, Lizzie.
Thanks, Will.
Oh, sorry, Lizzie.
Hi, Dom. That's all
yeah.
right, Danny. I won't take it personally. Hi, Dom. You did a bit of work with Harass, didn't you, when you were on a spin bowling camp? Did he give you kind of any technical or kind of psychological tips about how to deal with the pressure of being the kind of #1 spinner in Sri Lanka?
Not like, I guess, he did. We spoke a lot about bowling in subcontinent in conditions. And funny enough, I've actually still got the voice notes on my phone, and I read through my notes the other day about it, and I think there was a lot of things that came back up, which were, I guess, obviously he was a genius, but how simple he kept it, and that was something that, again, just keeps getting reinforced. Obviously, we got Jeets here as well, and we've got batters who have played here, and obviously Mo and Leach, you did really well here last time. And I think you've got to pick out certain things. With Haraf, it was actually, again, how consistent you can be in an area. And it always comes back to that, bowling your best ball. And then once you got the confidence, actually slightly changing it subtly, but also as well, playing with your fields. Again, like I said, the Sri Lankans are obviously going to back themselves against our spinners, and that's going to play into our hands. Hopefully, obviously, there'll be a couple of egos floating around, I hope, because you can sort of get stuck into that, which I quite enjoy as well. So I think, yeah, like I said, it's sort of gaining everything and making sure we're ready, because obviously it's going to be it has been a pretty quick turnaround. Test is not that far away now. So, like, it's actually really good to have those notes, because you can just prepare mentally, I think.
Brilliant. Thanks, Dom.
Okay, Will and Chris.
Hi, Dom. England very often normally only play one spinner, and Jack and yourself have kind of been in a lot of squads together. One of you playing, one not. More often than not, lately, you obviously. How much are you looking forward to actually, well, possibly playing with your your old mate and sort of getting that partnership going again that you had so much success with at Somerset?
Yeah, mate, I can't wait. Genuinely, I can't wait because it has been a while. And obviously there's been a lot of, I guess, chat from outside in terms of obviously me looking to leave. And then obviously I've now gone to Yorkshire and things like that. And we've always had that, I guess, battle between each other. But again, to get back on the park with him, hopefully, and again, bowl with him either end, I think I'm going to certainly cherish it because obviously it's going to be our first time for England. And I remember we were in the second team. It must have been 2016. We were playing down at Kent, and we were rooming together. And we were joking. We were chatting for ages in our room, and we were just joking about hopefully one day playing for England. And that's obviously, hopefully, it could be next week if everything obviously goes to plan and that side of it. It's going to be a really exciting prospect. But again, I don't think anything changes to what we do as a pair. We talk about partnerships and things like that. And I think myself and Leachy have got a great partnership. I'd actually be quite interested to see what our stats were in Taunton, because I think you've got to certainly reinforce those positive things together. Mate, it's really exciting.
Do you see it as a sort of culmination of a slightly strange situation you've been in, where he's obviously been first choice at Somerset, you've been first choice of England for a little bit, and it's been just a bit of an odd setup, hasn't it?
Well, I just think in general the whole COVID situation as well has been absolute shambles, the COVID situation. But I think myself and Leach, yeah, it's been a really interesting one, and again, I think it's only made both of us grow as spinners and people, because obviously being good mates as well, getting dropped or getting picked and then vice versa, it is very tough, and it has had its tolls before in terms of I guess it's not ever been awkward where we see, but there's always been that split second where you're like, well, I've obviously been picked, so you're ecstatic. And then obviously when he got injured and I made my debut, like, it was such a strange situation. I don't think a lot of people would have gone through that with their very close mate. So I only think it's going to be good for us. And then, like you said, actually, you then really relish the challenge when you're together on the pitch, sort of in conditions that hopefully will suit us. I think it's going to be a really exciting challenge. And like I said, take away being individual, or like I said, wanting to be number one, you forget all that, because actually, again, it's all about the team first and the collective as a bowling unit. Obviously, hopefully we'll be looking to lead that, and that's a really exciting prospect.
Okay, Stocksy, and then Richard Gibson.
Hi, Dom. You guys haven't played a test match for 5 months or so, and you've got 1 2-day warm-up match before this series begins. How much of a worry is that lack of prep before next week?
Not a worry, I don't think, at all. Like I said, it's a lot of it is mental, so getting back into it. I think we bowled a lot in the nets, so I certainly bowled a lot in the nets in terms of at Loughborough and things like that. And actually, I guess Ruti challenged us as well, certainly today and tomorrow, is actually to really get into that mindset. And I do genuinely believe it. Once you get your mindset right, you're halfway there. And I actually think it's a really exciting opportunity. It's going to be a good challenge. Yeah, I don't see it as I honestly don't see it as a big problem. There's lads that have obviously been playing white ball cricket and things like that, and they've been out and about. And obviously the test lads have had to probably wait a little bit longer. But I think, like I said, the mindset's really key, and making sure that we're switched on, which today we saw. Lads were very, very switched on and going about the business very well.
Okay, thank you, mate.
Richard, and then John Etheridge to finish.
Hi, Dom. I was actually going to ask you about Harath, so that one I've been trumped on that. But one other thing, I guess, you've switched counties over the winter, what have you. How far are you down moving house and things like that? Because I guess that's not easy at a time like this, especially with now being away for a few months as well.
Yeah, a lot. I'm gonna have to shout out my girlfriend. She's done a lot for me. I think she's obviously a little bit stressed, but funny enough, yeah, everything sort of gone through. We're actually, I'm looking to move up on the 26th, or my girlfriend's looking to move up, so we've sort of got it through pretty quickly. But like even last night I was up till 11:30 trying to sort things out for the house, and that move situation. I guess it's just part and parcel, obviously, moving, and it has been a little bit stressful, but again, it's obviously a really exciting opportunity when I do get back home. I won't be going south, I'll be going north. So I'll be taking a couple more jumpers with me, I think. But other than that, I think it's a really exciting, it's been a busy couple of months. Obviously, training, not being up at Yorkshire and not being in at Somerset. Obviously, I've been doing stuff at Loughborough and also stuff with Richard Dawson. So again, it's been challenging, but I think it's only, as a player and as a person, it's only made me grow, really.
What's your girlfriend's name, Dom?
Phoebe.
Phoebe. And where are you moving to? Are you moving to Leeds or somewhere else?
Yeah, just north of, so in Cookridge.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, was it difficult to? I mean, you owe a lot to her basically for getting all this, for getting your new place. Is it her? Is it really her?
Wow. I would like to take some credit actually, because I have done a bit. I've done my fair share, but I think obviously going away, sort of packing my stuff up, but leaving everything else for her to box up. I think she's got to have a bit of credit there.
Cool. And have you sold your other one or kept it? Have you sold your other place?
No, I've kept it.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
You will. Thank you. Last one, John Etheridge.
Dom, looking at the scorecard today, you bowled quite a bit to Joe Root. What sort of form did he look in?
Yeah, very good player. He's obviously a world-class player, and it was again, he's very good against spin. So on a track that obviously didn't spin, yeah, he is looking quality. I think actually the Crawley looked really, really good as well. I think it was really positive seeing Popey actually practice as well and get a good time out there. Obviously, he's not in the touring party, but he looked quality. Obviously, Sivers came back. He got, again, I think our side early on got pretty good seeds from Robbo and Jimmy. So I think it was nice to see Sivers get back in there, and he looked really, really strong against the spin. And obviously, he's quality against seams. So I think lads are taking real confidence. And I'd like to think we're in a really good place as a whole.
And just on Joe, I mean, for the whole squad, is it quite reassuring to see the captain and main batsman, I suppose, in such good form? You know, for first time out on tour.
Yeah, but I don't think you expect anything else really. He's obviously been looking. Yeah, he looked very good. I think I'd like to think obviously the youngsters will take confidence in seeing that. But I think everyone, like I said, everyone backs everyone. So again, I was impressed with Creeps today. Sivers I thought played really nicely. Obviously Josh got a really good ball early on, like first ball, and those things happen. So I know he went back into the nets sort of behind the scenes, and he would have been doing his hard yards. So I think as a collective, like I said, we're in a really good place.